Good evening, my dear friends. How are you all doing? How was your weekend? I'm just here to gist generally. So, greetings from Kuwait. How is Kuwait? I'm not interviewing anyone today unless I want to interview myself. Actually, I was sleeping. I woke up. I've missed my dear viewers, so I decided to interact with you again tonight. Lady Jumai Joseph, super actress. How are you? I haven't seen you in how many years? Ajumi Mama, how are you? Jumai Joseph. Shetima, who is that? Calling for my arrest? Do you believe all those stories? It's a fake story. Forget it. Is he working with Buhari now? Jumai Mama. Biden is getting very close to becoming, as for America, I can't predict their election. It's always very difficult. How is London tonight? I hear COVID-19 is surging again, so may God help us. And I hear even in Lagos, someone just sent me a message that we should be very careful. That is, I beg, whoever wins, that's the business of America. But if I'm the last one, I will never support Trump. It doesn't matter. Anybody who knows me knows I don't follow people. I don't follow the crowd. I don't know what all of you see in Trump that you believe he deserves to win an election. So, my mustache, people say it makes me look like Papa Jasko. You know, so if I'm the last person, Trump has been a disgrace to America. He has ruined America. He has destroyed America. That's my opinion. And those who love their oppressors, they are welcome. That's their business. I'm not an American, but my opinion is always my opinion. So I won't follow someone because some fanatics who don't understand the meaning of leadership. Thank you, we the elite. Thank you so much. You know, when you are fanatical, only a fanatic can like Trump. Only someone who loves his oppressor can like Trump. There is nothing to like in Trump. He's crude, he's rude, very, very crude. He has destroyed the image of America. I'm in the business of media and image making, and I cannot be proud of him as my president. Impossible. You see, Biden is a corrupt politician. Nations are not led by saints. Nations are led by reasonable human beings, by performance. I don't know what Trump has done. Ordinary for him to take care of Americans in this season of COVID-19, he couldn't do it. Such an irresponsible, reckless human being. A man who would, in fact, it's incredible. He's not setting good examples for Americans. So, but like I said, most of those who are shouting Trump anyway, they can't even enter America. So, that's it. I'm reading about the killings in Rivers. It's unfortunate. It's so unfortunate. And I don't know why such a thing will be going on at this time. So my heart prays for the good people of Rivers. And I pray that whatever is the cause of it, that God will melt the hearts of our leaders on the right, on the left, and let them do the right thing. Sometimes it's hard to believe some things that happen. No country can make progress in an atmosphere of perpetual madness, you know. So, Oga, talking to Mr. Trump, feel free to support Trump, but don't tell me I don't have a right to say my own. I said my opinion on my own page. So feel free to say it on your own page too. You can campaign for him. I don't have any issue with that. I just told you that if you are proud of a man who is openly a white supremacist, and you now come and give me excuses, I'm sorry. I am not a fan of such a man. If you say Biden is corrupt, then I wonder what you want to call Trump. Go and read the history of Trump. I've been reading about Trump since I was a small boy in the university. So it's nothing new. But I know that a lot of you get fascinated by, you think presidency is a reality show. So this is not a reality show. America, I've been to America countless times. So you can't tell me the story of America. And I've met a few American presidents, okay? I've met Clinton, I've met George Bush Jr., and I want to tell you that this is not the America we used to visit. I don't even look for, before, we all used to say we're going to witness American election. For the first time, somebody is saying that if you should lose election, it won't live in America. What a joke. I beg. So let's talk about Nigeria and live in a few days, at least your Trump would have won the election, and then maybe you will let us rest by then, and then you go and collect your gift from America. The man, those who put him there, they knew what they were doing. They wanted to ruin the image of America, and they succeeded in doing that. Nobody looks forward to going to America. America was always a very exciting place to go. Not any longer. Nobody cares. No, I said those who are talking about him don't even know. You know, some people, don't worry, it will sound rude, and I don't want to be rude to anybody. So, yeah, let's talk about Nigeria. What's happening in our country right now? Because our country is going through so much. And unfortunately, a lot of people don't know how grave it is. A lot of people don't know how grave it is. What is better than Nigeria? There is nothing as bad as a very, very good country going down. America is becoming a third world country under the watch of Trump. So what we are seeing in Africa that we used to call Banana Republic is what we are now seeing in America. We have never seen anything that bad. So if you are proud of that, I wish you the best of luck. I'm not proud of it. Okay? Under this same Trump, Dr. Akinwumi Adesina, one of Africa's greatest, was opposed by America. Under this same Trump, one of the brightest of Africa, Dr. Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala, is currently being bullied by America. And I say kudos to all of you, the Trump supporters. Well done. It is very good. So, in America, people are now carrying guns that they will kill. They are training that they will kill themselves if Trump does not win. What for? That's not democracy. When a president is talking, you expect some decorum. You expect people to respect others. You expect a president to be able to tolerate others. So why are we abusing Buhari if an American president they asked him, publicly they asked, so will you denounce white supremacists? He refused. He refused. So all the countries of the world endorsed Dr. Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala. Only America says, no, we want South Korea. Does it make any sense? So, at any rate, as I said, we thank God Almighty. So let's at least begin to redevelop our own continent of Africa, especially our dear country. So we have a lot. We have a lot to do. It's a lot of work. Even smaller countries are leaving us behind. We are being disrespected here and there because they know that, we don't have peace at home. They know that we lack the basic human needs, the basic necessities of life we don't have. So people are going to disrespect you. When we were strong, everybody welcomed us. We need to do a lot. There are too many issues to talk about. I talk about it in my column. So some of them are too disheartening for me to talk about. So I can see that my friends on Facebook, they are beating Instagram hands down. Kudos to Facebook. Kai. Facebook is just going like that, Facebook. Thank you so much. I love you. I love everybody. I love you on Instagram too, but I hear that Instagram is shadow banning a lot of people these days. I don't know what for. They should let us know, maybe we're not complying with some rules and regulations, but what you don't know should not hurt you. Banjo, I didn't know. My nephew, how are you? I hope you have voted. Please go and vote. I beg you. So, who gave you Buhari? Nobody gave you Buhari. Any adult who voted cannot say somebody gave him Buhari. I campaigned for Buhari in 2015. That's not a crime because PDP was also not an option. So there is no question about that. There is nothing to worry about that. And when I realized that Buhari wasn't performing, I left him and I apologized for my own mistake. That's all. There is no big deal about that. If tomorrow my father is the president of Nigeria and is not performing, it's the same thing I would do. So I'm not a sentimental person. If you are not good, you are not good. I have very many friends in APC. I disagree with them. My best friend in politics today, everybody knows, is Chibuke Rotimi Amechi. I disagree with him on matters of APC. So, but that doesn't stop us from being friends. In fact, the ability to tell your friends the truth is the hallmark of a serious human being. Anybody who can only abuse his enemies is a useless person. If you cannot criticize your own friends and tell them this is your opinion, then you are not a human being. So a lot of people don't understand the sacrifice that some people have made, But my sacrifice is not under duress. It's not because I want to impress anyone. It's because I want to be comfortable with myself. I want to be able to tell my children in the future that I was not a useless human being. A lot of people, once they have people who can make money for them in government, then they stop talking. So the only freedom we have on earth, what God has given us, as my mother, who did not go to school, used to tell me, is this mouth. God gave it to us free of charge. So there is no reason why we cannot say the truth politely. I say the truth politely all the time. So I won't abuse anybody. I won't abuse anybody. I think I just saw Dr. Omololu lawyer. Daddy, I hope it's daddy and not my abros using the platform to watch. Ekale daddy, me sure boya you knew, but Muri Oruko Yinsa. How are you, sir? So, yeah, everything I do politely. You have to be polite to people. If you see people who use foul language, it depends on their upbringing. So my upbringing teaches me, even my Bible, the Bible, my faith tells me to render unto Caesar the things that are Caesar's. For as long as Buhari is the president, I'll give him the honor and the respect. But I'll disagree with him politely. That, Father, I'm sorry, this thing you are doing. Because in the future, it will be on record. When he invited me to a meeting in 2015, I told him all the things I wrote about Jonathan. We used to criticize Jonathan, and I told him we will do the same thing for him. He asked me, I compiled everything, my writings I gave to him. He asked me to autograph. I signed it for him. So, I mean, what moral right do I have to criticize Jonathan and I won't criticize a man I supported to power? I didn't support him because I thought he was going to be perfect. I supported him because I expected him to have a good team that can help him. A father of the house does not do everything. A father of the house will have a driver, he will have a cleaner, he will have a mechanic who repairs the car, he will have plumber, he will have, so that's what government is all about. You must have a good team. And if your team is not performing, you sack them. That's all. So, Prince Abiola, how are you? I saw your message late. Congratulations on the birthday. Thank you. I saw the message very late. I think I saw it overnight. So we cannot continue like this. The suffering is too much. Most times now I have to run away from my phones because the people who are calling for help don't know that even me, I need help. In Nigeria, the way Nigeria is configured, it's almost impossible for anybody to make serious money unless you have connections in government and you are ready to do anything to make the money. So that's it. Thank you, Prince Odinaka. Yeah, I apologized. You should never feel too big to apologize. If you've made any error of judgment, like I did, like many Nigerians, you know, and all I'm begging the president to even do now is very easy. Just unify the country, bring people together. Why is that difficult? You know, the future is here already. Over 5 years gone. By the end of this year, we'll be staring at the 6th year of this government. So there were promises we made to people when we were campaigning 2014, 2015. We made a lot of promises. And all of them are on Google. They are documented. So I don't know how some people can feel comfortable with it. You know. So people go to school with the hope. When we went to school in those days, it wasn't as if life was rosy or perfect, but we had hope. The worst thing that can happen to any human being is not to have any hope. And that is why we can see when they say some looters, some hoodlums, who made them looters? Who made them hoodlums? There is nobody wants to be a looter. There is nobody wants to be a hoodlum unless he has some other challenges. But when there is no hope, when there is no help, That's why we decided that we will be giving palliatives instead of waiting for government, who will even discriminate about who they give, who they don't give. So let each and every one of us begin to help our neighbors. We must reduce the tension in the country. You know, we must reduce the tension. The tension is just too much. We can't continue, you know. Wow, Facebook is really on fire. It has climbed to 1,600 just now. Incredible. No government should have the power of life and death over the citizens of any country. None. Vision International TV, you can watch on YouTube for now if you're in the US. We're working on the apps. You know, we just launched it, and I'm not sure it's even up to a month now. We launched maximum about a month. So we're working on a few things. Like I said, we don't have free money to do so many things. So our strategy always is to grow slowly and steadily, and then hope that help will come. It's tough. Please don't give up. Uluak, don't give up. As I said, the last thing you lose before you die is hope. We must not give up. For as long as we are alive, we must not give up. Yes, we have faced too many disappointments, but we shouldn't give up. For those who know how to pray, some people will say they don't pray. That's fine. For those of us who believe in prayers, we'll continue to pray. Yet, for those who watched us, our conference yesterday, the Igbo Yoruba Zoom conference, we started something. Unity is key. Unity is key. I don't discriminate against anybody, whether you are Hausa, Fulani. Nobody is my enemy, but you see, some people will take you as their enemy if they feel oppressed by you. So the solution is to make sure nobody feels like a second-class or third-class citizen in his own country. That's all. I don't think that is something that one cannot ask for. Okay. There was, I listened to a bishop, I think, this evening. I posted it on Instagram. Let's see. Let's see. So you can hear his comment.
Leaders in this country must listen. This impunity cannot go on. It is not possible that armed bandits are settled in our farmlands and forests, and they are organized in a very military way, and the security operatives don't know where they are. Nobody disturbs them. Yet, unarmed Igbo boys hold a meeting in Enugu, and SSS, or whatever it is called, suddenly discovers where they are and lives are lost. This is not. This is the type of thing that will turn a country to a land littered with just ruins. It is not possible that here in Nsukka, we hear the Muslim call to prayer from our windows in our bedrooms as early as 4 a.m. And a Christian who in Abuja takes her Bible to call people to accept Jesus Christ is murdered by an Islamic fundamentalist and nothing happens. It cannot continue. And these are the things we have to say no to. It is not just about SARS. It is about injustice. It is about violence. It is not possible that Muslims in this country can acquire land and build mosques anywhere. Many mosques are rising in Nsukka now. And Christians can no longer obtain land to build churches, even in the so-called Christian-dominated states, let alone the northern states. You may have heard that the governors of northern Nigeria said
so
leaders in this country
see why people are angry, and these things are very easy. Love, L-O-V-E, love can solve all these problems, and it begins from the leader. If troublemakers know that a leader will not condone their rascality, nobody will try it. That's what we thought when the president was coming in 2015, that he was coming to right the wrongs. I mean, I can't believe what is going on. And I thought, if we can't solve any problem, let's say we can't tar roads, we can't build new hospitals, we can't do anything, I was so sure that we will not have any security problem. So the state of our insecurity is intolerable, it's unacceptable. It's unfortunate. So where do we go from here? You can't oppress your fellow citizens. It's ungodly. It's ungodly. A hungry man is being hacked down on top of his hunger. And he said nobody should get angry. They will get angry. So those of us who are preaching peace, we're just preaching with empty mouth. Yeah, to those who say divide the country, I don't know, but I'm not sure if that is going to be an easy option as well. So the conversation continues, but it's clear that in a situation where people have nowhere to go, they may be forced to do anything. So it's disheartening, because whatever 2 or 3 Nigerians are seated, they are talking about Nigeria. Nigerians we love our country so much. I have friends in every part of Nigeria. And what is more painful is that nobody is even talking to us. And when they talk, it's so scanty that you cannot make any appreciable sense out of it. And the way time flies, imagine, over 5 years gone already. Some people are already warming up again to say they want to be president. So is it just about being president? Is it not about what you do as president? People are already fighting. They are fighting already. And that's why I'm telling our youth, don't dissipate your energy too much on you must form a new party. You are not going to import saints into those parties. It's an experience I have had in 2011. And I'm telling people, if you cannot fight within the existing structures, it's going to be more difficult because you have to deal with 60% illiterate population. It is fact. It is not fiction. Minimum, you are dealing with 60% illiterate population. Then you are dealing with another 10 to 20% semi-illiterate population. And then you are dealing with mass poverty. Then you are dealing with religious bigotry. Then you are dealing with ethnic jingoism. So, where do you start from? To say you want to form your own party, you'll be shocked. You'll be surprised. You know? Yes, I agree how Mumu don't do, but we have to be very, very structured. We have to be systematic. It's not enough saying our Mumu don't do. There must be a roadmap. There must be a plan. I don't know of any part of Nigeria today where people are not suffering. In fact, for those who think the North is the one enjoying, I don't see what they are enjoying. I don't see what they are enjoying. I don't think any part of southern Nigeria could have endured what the North has endured in the last many years. It didn't just start yesterday. You know, when we're talking about Chibok girls, it was under President Jonathan. And still no solution. Is that not serious? I read yesterday that the Americans came into our country, you know, to rescue one of their own who was in captivity. But nobody told us if the Nigerian government was aware. Nobody told us if our security forces were aware. Nobody told us when they came in, how they came in. So did they violate our airspace? Nobody told us. So, and now we have a country where some people, when the Niger Delta was on fire, they started giving them money. Now there is Boko Haram, they are giving them money, but graduates have nowhere to go. They have no job, nothing. So, it's confusing. It's confusing. Wow. Yeah, it's true. There's no love at all. That's the problem. I wonder what happened that we hate ourselves so much. I remember during the Biafra War, I was a small boy in Ife. I was about 7 years old when the war broke out. And in our church, the second in command to our head overseer was an Igbo man. We called him Baba Fine Face or Baba Bamidele. In fact, one of his children was named Bamidele just like me. An Igbo man. He went home for the war. He packed all his things and we kept everything for him. We didn't hear from him for years. We even thought he was dead. One day, he surfaced. Everything he left behind was intact. He was one of my prayer warriors as a kid. This man was my prayer. If anything was wrong with me, just call Baba Fine Face. I remember him vividly. Huge man. He would pray into water in the bucket for me, what we used to call pail. He would pour water into the pail. He would put a little taniya or sanitas, disinfectant in it. He will pray into that water and he will assure me that I will be fine. He went home during the war He came back after the war. Everything he left behind was intact. So when did we start? So why did we allow politicians to divide us? When people ask me, do I want to do politics? I said, do politics for what? At 60. Right now, nobody wants to retire. Everybody wants to make politics their permanent vocation because that's the easiest way to becoming a billionaire. But at the end of the day, what do you do with the money? A lot of people give them 1 year, 2 years, once they leave power. That's it, they're finished. So I don't know what they are getting from it. I don't know what they are getting from it. Wow, I am so proud of my Facebook. 1.9K just now, 1,900. It's climbing. By the time we finish this, we might enter about 20,000 views tonight. I thank you. I know you are all worried and concerned and you want to hear my comments. That's why you heard. And that's why I promised that every night I will try, even if just for a few minutes, to interact with fellow Nigerians on these platforms. Thank you, Mr. Alex Anthony. Thank you so much. Thank you. You love politics. Hey, on AG. Politics in Nigeria is something else. Mr. Koku Franco Sosu. Oh, it's not by anybody changing my... I interviewed Mazi and Kalu. That was a very brilliant interview. Everybody, even those who disagreed with him, a lot of people have sent me notes that they respect me more now because a lot of people were opposed to it. Oh, don't bring in Nnamdi Kanu. Oh, how can you talk to a terrorist? I'll talk to anybody. That's part of the problem in our country. Lack of dialogue. Some television houses covered the Lekki massacre and they were fined maybe 9 million or thereabouts. So how do you expect such a country to make progress? A country where television cannot do its legitimate job of covering an event and the government will try to muzzle it out. And the person doing that forgets that no matter how long you stay on power, you are going to leave the place. You know, the president shouldn't allow people to do that. There is no developed country, not even a developing country, where you control everything, including the air that we breathe. So it's a shame. Some people said they want to start blocking social media. I said, that would be unreasonable. The same social media that we used to bring Buhari to power. So if Jonathan had blocked social media, would Buhari be in power today? So why do we do this to ourselves? Why do we want to show the whole world how backward we can be? Power. I don't know what's in power. God knows I'm a president in my house. Now we've climbed to 2,000. Thank you so much, my friends on Facebook. You know, so why do we want to continue doing the same things? I mean, and I always plead with the president, God has given you a second chance. Not many people in life who have a second chance. Not many people. You know, not many people. Mr. Lai Mohammed is not backward. What I find is that when people are empowered, they cannot be as free as you and I. So sometimes he is a very knowledgeable man. He's my big brother. I know him very well. He's extremely knowledgeable. But the thing is, if you want to satisfy men of power in Nigeria, you will dissatisfy yourself. That's the thing. I can tell you, he's been my big brother, he's been our friend for many years. When we were in exile, there was never a time Alhaji Lai Mohammed will enter London and I will not see him. You know, very intelligent, very brilliant. When you listen to him, you will know that he is very brilliant, but then he has to do a job for the government he serves. So how he handles it now, I don't know. But to say he's not intelligent, that's not true. That's not true. I always say what I know about people. So when he was chief of staff, very meticulous, very organized man. He was one of the first people I knew take his iPad, take his, very well structured man, So I can't call Wike to order. I don't have any control over Wike. I'm not as close to him as I am to Rotimi Amechi. If Amechi was still the governor, I can send him a message and say what you are doing will backfire, don't do it, and don't let any blood be on you. So I wish I had such closeness to Governor Wike, but unfortunately no. I don't even understand the issues at stake in Rivers. I don't know what led to it, because what the Lady of Songs told us yesterday on the Yoruba conference, Lady Onyeka was that the Kwere people are Igbo. So there are many Igbos in Rivers. So why would the Igbos be killing their own? So I don't understand. So I need someone to educate me. I've been overwhelmed in the last few weeks with so many things. So no, if they suspend social media, they will make life more difficult for themselves, because then guys will be forced now to try some. People will get more desperate. There is no point. Wow. So we need to join hands and lift Nigeria up. See me and Nokia. I love this old Nokia. They are so nice. No internet on them. See, Nokia. Let's thank God for the technology. Okay, so let's check where you are joining us from. Which countries are you, please? So please let us know. And then let's recognize as many as we can. Mr. Machi James, thank you so much, sir. Wow, your cousin has been missing. Oh my God, I pray that God will return him alive. Amsterdam, Chicago, Florida, Lagos, UAE, wow. Chicago, Istanbul, oh, I've missed Istanbul, especially Cappadocia. Wow. Adesoji Adeoju, Abrumi Atata, how are you? Wow. Abuja, Moscow, Berlin, New York. Wow. Austria. I love Austria. Very clean country. Qatar, London, Chicago again. Eddie Lawani, Eyan Atata. God bless you. God bless you. God, you know I love you unconditionally, sir. Thank you so much. You are from Port Harcourt, so River State is calm now. Are you sure the whole of River State is calm? That would be nice. Bonny Island, Indianapolis, Houston, Texas, Finland. Wow. 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 The audience on Facebook is incredible. Incredible. Wow. 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 Algeria. I don't know of any country where we don't have Nigerians. I always say that. Canada. Wow. Are you in Toronto or where? West Kensington, London. That's powerful people. Toronto, Romania. I love Toronto. A lot. Trinidad and Tobago. Wow. Singapore. South Korea. Asaba. Fantastic. Switzerland. We're in Switzerland, Rochester, UK, Indonesia, Virginia, Bayelsa State, Liverpool, UK, Chicago, Haiti, Chicago, Mississauga. That's where I stay whenever I'm in Toronto. Ireland, Cyprus, Spain. Mr. Toba Motosho, how are you? France, Valentino, wow, Italy, Italo, Sambisa Forest. God will protect you if you are there truly. Lagos, Nigeria, Luxembourg, wow, Nasarawa State, Indiana, Oslo, oh wow, Wembley, wow, oh Toronto again, Calabar. How is Calabar now? I hope things have settled. Oh, Ukraine, Belgium. Almost every country is represented on my platform. Oh, Kogi State, Jato, wow. Maiduguri, Yaba, Lagos, Pennsylvania, Port Harcourt, South Africa, wow. Adamawa, USA, Denmark, Amsterdam. I used to enjoy Amsterdam, but I hardly go there these days except going through Schiphol Airport. Germany, I have missed Germany too. But Frankfurt, the last 2 times I passed through there, the security screening was too much. Hamburg, Cairo, Congo Kinshasa. How is our president, President Felix Tshisekedi? He's our good friend and brother. I was in the Congo, I think twice last year. Bagada, Lagos, Dagenham, UK. I used to live close to Dagenham. I lived in Essex for a little while. That's one story I don't want to remember. The day my landlady came, we were owing rent, and she was throwing our things out that we should leave by fire, by force. Oh, Becton. That was a very sad day. I was begging and crying. And she said, no, we must leave. Iraq, Canary Wharf. That's around the place we started Ovation from. South Key Station. Oh, Israel. I was in Nazareth, Tel Aviv, and Jerusalem last year. Italy, Spain, Kent, Bristol, Antigua. I landed in Antigua last year on my way to St. Kitts and Nevis. Sidcup, Istanbul. Vienna, one of my favorite. North Cyprus. Nigerians can work out. Okay, I haven't seen Australia tonight. I guess they are sleeping now. It's early morning now in Australia. Chafford, Drummond, Shanghai, Cologne. I love Cologne. I love Cologne. Kuala Lumpur. I haven't seen anyone from India. Portugal. Oh, beautiful. Oh, you are in Australia. It's 9 a.m. already. Wow. So it's about 10 hours ahead of Nigeria. Wow. Linz, Basel, Philippines. I haven't been to Philippines. That's also very far. Australia, Manila, Philippines again. Melbourne, I've been in Melbourne. I've been in Perth. I've been in Sydney. I've been in Canberra, all in Australia. We don't work as small. We don't work as small. Ogudu GRA. Oman, watching from Accra, Ghana. Wow, I hope you had Omutuo today. Omutuo. The best Omutuo in Ghana for me is in Labadi. Sunday, we go there to eat Omutuo. Tripoli, Libya, Washington, D.C. You are very close to Donald Trump. Say no one from Afghanistan. I can bet my life there are people there. Dubai, Arizona, Japan. That's the first person I'm seeing from Japan. Oh, Seychelles. I have a lot of stories about Seychelles. The day I was going for a wedding in Seychelles, I left Ghana to Nigeria in the morning to catch a Kenya Airways flight. I got to Nigeria, I had missed the flight. They sent me back to Ghana. That was an evening flight from Ghana. In Ghana, the flight did not arrive until about 4 a.m. We left maybe about 5 something. Then they told us there was no aviation fuel in Ghana, that we would fly to Lagos. Then we flew to Lagos. I closed my eyes throughout. I said, I don't want to see Lagos again. I was so frustrated. We got to Kenya. I had missed my connecting flight to Seychelles. They told me I had to go through Qatar. That was the day I prayed that God give me money so I can have private jets. Oh, Senegal. I love Senegal. I have a few good friends in Senegal. I don't work out. I don't work out very well. I don't work out very well. Oh, Massachusetts. I was at Harvard in 2017 for a discussion. I gave a speech to the African students. Winnipeg, Bronx, Dublin, Ireland. Of course, I've been in Dublin many times. When can I bring Ambode? I've tried a couple of times. We'll keep trying. You meant Ajala travel of our time. Someone said if Ajala was alive, that Ajala would be very, very surprised that some people can break his record. Ontario, Kitchener, Glasgow, Scotland. I haven't been in Glasgow, but I've been in Edinburgh. I was invited to lunch by the late Chief Ambassador Dende Fernandez, Antonio Dende Fernandez. Imagine someone inviting you from London to come and have lunch in Scotland and then sending you back to London after lunch. From the airport to lunch, from lunch back to airport. Cotonou. I used to have a beautiful office by the marina in Cotonou, but Cotonou was too complex. It was too complex. One day I was arrested in the bush. I was driving my car with plate number Ovation. They said that cannot be a number. I said, that's my number. That was my number. You want to hear about Chief Fernandez? That's a long story. Maybe tomorrow. But I actually spoke about him last week. I brought out the special edition we did on his island in New York last week. So, no, I haven't been to Pakistan. I've been to the neighbor. I've been to India, not Pakistan. Indonesia, Jakarta. Yes, I spoke about Chief Fernandez last week. It's not true that the Yorubas are the closest to Buhari, maybe for now, but every tribe is represented. It's just that some are more represented than others. Oh, I've interviewed Reno. Not even too long ago, maybe about 3-4 weeks ago. Oh, you don't know who Chief Fernandez was? Oh my God. Oh, Belgium. I was in Belgium a few times last year, but just on a brief stopover via, I was going to London from Kigali, Rwanda. So usually Rwanda stops in Belgium, in Brussels, for about an hour or so. New Zealand. I didn't get to New Zealand. Our former High Commissioner to Australia, Professor Luagbi, God bless his soul, was such a great man. He was a professor of diplomatic history. Yes, he was going to invite me to New Zealand and Fiji Island, but unfortunately I didn't make it. You want Governor Obaseki? Okay, I'll try. Burlington, Ontario. You are shocked I picked up your Fernandez question. Fernandez was my daddy, so his name would naturally attract me. He was a big don. I attended his burial. We actually buried him in Brussels. We buried him in Brussels. I spoke to him just about 2 days before he died. Mr. Chooks, how are you, sir? Mr. Chooks Nwoko. I should interview Desmond Elliott. Why not? Why not? I should tell you about Istanbul. Oh, I love Istanbul. I I love good food. I've stayed in Kampiski Hotel, very beautiful in Istanbul. I've stayed in the Hilton in Istanbul. But my favorite is Cappadocia. It's the first place I slept inside a cave, a proper cave. It's unbelievable. You know, I used to read in those days that Osama bin Laden was living inside caves. So that was what it reminded me of. You are lying down in bed and you are seeing the rock on top of your head. You know, Turkey is so advanced. And then I enjoyed Bodrum. Bodrum is very, very beautiful, extremely. And then I visited our embassy in Ankara. I traveled extensively by road. We have a Turkish friend and brother, Yadra's adopted son. We call him Adesoji. Yadra gave him a Yoruba name, and so we used to visit him. And he has a very, very beautiful family. Adim, his family, his father, his mom, and what I like about Turkish people is their family life. Every night you will see generations, you know, of talks. They come together for dinner. They come together for everything. I've never seen such camaraderie, you know. So they always have close-knit families, and their hotels are excellent. Bodrum is for the rich and famous. If you go to Bodrum, because there is a lot of sea, so you go there, you see the yachts, the most expensive yachts in the world. So they all come there, you know, to enjoy. I really enjoyed at the invitation again of Yadra. We went to Bodrum. Old but young man. I'm only 60. 60 is 60 years young, not old. Age is in the mind. Oh, of course, I've been to St. Lucia on my way to Commonwealth of Dominica. So we started the journey from London from Barbados to St. Lucia to Commonwealth of Dominica. Yeah. Yeah, another interesting thing about Turkey is that it's half Europe, half Asia. It's interesting. It's interesting. Yes, I've tried Baba Obasanjo. I'll try him again. Because he needs to speak to us about what is going on in Nigeria, especially the issue of unity. And as a man who fought for the unity of Nigeria, are they embarrassed, you know, about what is happening? Oh, Russia, I haven't been to Russia. You see, I have an issue with any place I read. I think it's about perception. I would love to go to Russia, but the perception is that Russia is a very hard dictatorship and all that. But I like Putin. I prefer Putin to Trump 1,000,000 times. I believe he's smarter. And he was accused of masterminding bringing Trump so that America can become weak. And that's exactly what happened. So, but I don't have any evidence whether... No, I haven't been to Trinidad. The Caribbean countries have been Barbados, St. Lucia, Commonwealth of Dominica, St. Kitts and Nevis. I love the place. Very beautiful. They have a very beautiful Marriott hotel, very grand Marriott hotel where we stayed. Yeah. It's sad that we meet Nigerians everywhere doing very well, but at home it's more difficult. Oh, I've not just toured the world. I've learned a lot from touring the world. You see, because when people tour, no, I haven't been in Bahamas. When you tour, you are just going there as a tourist. But I go there, I try to mix with Nigerians. Like when I went to send kids and navies, I made sure I visited their medical school where majority of the people there are Nigerians. You won't believe it. And so I spoke to them, I interacted with them. Some of them are still my friends, you know. The second biggest guy in their military is a Nigerian, Kalu Sutton. It's incredible. Incredible. I knew Kalu right from Ife. His mom, Mrs. Sutton from Singapore, was my literature teacher. In fact, she aroused my interest in literature. Ade Adugoke, I don't understand. You said yes, I gave us advice. I don't understand. I should bring the Jagaban. I'll try. But in view of all the controversies now, you may not want to. Yeah, I'm getting tired. Wow. I have to go and sleep. I have to go and sleep. Amen, Mr. Omako Chooks. Thank you so much. You would like to know about the next interview. Oh, I told anybody who knows me knows I don't like Trump. I don't hide it. It's too crude and uncouth for my liking, but it's nothing personal, it's just my observation. Those who love him, they are welcome. You don't need Desmond here? No, why not? If you say that, that would be unfortunate. We need everybody to say their mind. There's nothing wrong with that. Same way some people say I shouldn't speak to Mazi and and I said, no, I'll speak to him. Unfortunately, he agreed, and it turned out to be a very good, one of my best interviews ever. I've been interviewing people now for about 40 years, and I must say that it was simply phenomenal, extremely phenomenal. And I would love to talk to him again and again and again if I have the chance. We must talk to people. I don't believe in censorship. Why shouldn't we talk to anybody? Even when Jesus came, he said, I have not come only for the righteous, but also for the sinners. So there is no, I don't see what is wrong in learning more about others, about their views, why they hold on to their views. And trust me, everyone, I've seen people said they hated him with a passion. After that interview, they have so much respect for him. I hate it when someone tells me I can't interview someone. They say I couldn't interview Diziani Alizimadeke. He stole our money, she stole our money, she did this, she did that. I interviewed her. There was nothing they did not say. They said I lied. She didn't have cancer. She didn't have this. Hey, the level of intolerance. At my age, with my experience, you must at least credit me with something that I know what I am doing. And Nigerians will be enriched by learning to listen to others. We judge the book by the cover all the time, and that shouldn't be the case. That shouldn't be the case. I don't know about. Wow. How many countries have I been to? I don't know, but I'm sure it must be about 60 or and above. I would say countries and territories, because some are not full countries. For example, I went to Italy one day, and then someone told me we could go to San Marino. San Marino is a tax haven where you can buy things tax-free and all that. And we crossed into it, but it's just, I don't know if I won't call it Italy. So those are some of the things that happen. Then some countries I've been, like America now, I'm sure I've been there more than 30, 40 times. America will be one of the places I've been to so many times. I've been in Germany many times. I've been in Netherlands many times. I've been in Paris many times. I've been in Monaco. I've been in Italy many times. I've been in Sweden, Switzerland, a lot of European countries, Belgium. So, of course, Portugal. Yeah, we've tried. Then I've done a lot of African countries. Some of them courtesy of Alhaji Aliko Dangote, and because he has invested now in about 14 countries, I believe. And whenever he was opening any of his cement plants, he usually invites me along. So I've been with him to Tanzania, I've been with him to Zambia, I've been with him to Ethiopia. I've been to Cameroon on my own, but he launched in Cameroon, but I couldn't make that. I think I was in Europe or somewhere at the time. Who bankroll's my travels? I just told you now, for example, that Aliko Dangote, for example, has invited me to a lot of, it's not like a free bankroll like that. I always have something to offer. We'll write about the event, we'll bring our camera crew along, so Ovation is a magazine of choice for lifestyle, for business, for entertainment. Yes. Sheun Kuti is my very dear brother. Aburo Atata is getting better and better. I watched a lot of his conversations in the last few weeks. I was very impressed. The Kuti family is an outstanding family. They are very good, very, very talented. Yes, I tried Lagbaja. Lagbaja is one of my closest friends in music. But for some strategic reasons, he's working on some things and he has promised, and I trust him when he makes his promises, he will deliver. He has promised that he will speak to me eventually. Oluyi Bukola Saraki, okay. I think he's currently on fellowship abroad, so I've tried, but I will try him again. Now, a lot of people are even telling me that they miss him so much, that he was very effective as Senate President. If he was there, he would have been able to checkmate the executive. Yeah, people always fear what they don't understand. I agree. How many languages can I speak? Only 2. Unfortunately, I wish I could speak more. English and Yoruba. And I speak both very well. I've interviewed Showore. If I still interview Showore during the demonstrations, the protests, the NSAS protests. Ote is not ready. Well, we do talk from time to time. We still spoke last week, Femi Otedola. I've tried Chimamanda, but she didn't respond. I sent her a message, she didn't respond. So I hope one day she will be able to speak to me. My son happens to be our biggest fan, Dele Momodu Replies. In fact, I always ask him to choose between Chimamanda and his dad. His love for Chimamanda is out of this world. Yeah, Dr. Olisa Agbakoba, I'll try. Yes, I can get him. Very brilliant lawyer. I interviewed Ajay Aisha Yusufu just about last week or 2 weeks ago. So it means that you have not been following me very well. The bench, I spoke to him about 2-3 weeks ago, but we are yet to fix an interview. I've been very busy. I've been extremely OBO. Yes, we're supposed to speak, but unfortunately, it has not yet materialized. He's been extremely busy traveling and all that himself, but I'll try him again this week. Maybe we might surprise you. You want me to interview President Buhari? I'm not sure. Okay, you want me to interview former President John Mahama? Yeah. We spoke earlier today. Yes. He's extremely busy. He's extremely busy campaigning. But we do speak almost on a daily basis. Brilliant man. He's a man I would love to interview any day. He is too brilliant. In fact, I'll put him under pressure this week. He must talk to us. Because he has so many fans in Nigeria. He has loads of fans. Uncle Fala Adeola, definitely I must get him. That's another brain box that I respect so much. That's my Egbon. I love him. Wizkid, I don't know. I don't know. But I will try. I will see. Nothing is impossible. President Babangida is in the works. I'm working on him. Dr. Adedeji Adeleke, I'm not sure if I've seen his interviews. Maybe 1 or 2 before. He's a very quiet, easygoing man. If not for the video, I don't think anybody would even know him. He's a very, very quiet, smooth operator. Very, very successful. God has really blessed him. Kamandi. How are you? Yes, Toyosi Akinele, Abromi Atata. Yeah, there are so many people. Don't worry, we'll be bringing them one by one. So there are so many people to interview. Madam Toyosi Akinele. I'll send a message to Governor Wike. If he agrees, why not? Anybody who knows me knows that I'm always very objective. That would be the ultimate. The spirit of Africa, Dr. Mike Adenuga Jr. That day, in fact, even the angels will listen in heaven. If you ask me who I want to interview now, I can interview him every day. That's Dr. Mike Adenuga, because he is too full of brilliance. God has blessed him beyond imagination, and he's very quiet about it. Governor Tambua, okay. I will also I'll send him a message and say, who is the Amson man? Are you referring to Dr. Adenuga? That's what King Sonny Adekome, Aneye fine boy. Aneye fine boy. He's a very fine man. Kai. And you know when you are very fine naturally, and then God has also blessed you on top. I've interviewed Chibuke Rotimi Amechi. I've interviewed him. I've interviewed Dino Menaye inside his house. Where were you when people were attacking us? Oh, thank you, Mr. Afai. Thank you so much. Yeah, I'm working on the video. I'm telling you. We've agreed in principle. When is what I don't know. Festus Keyamo. Okay. I would speak to him. Yes, Pasuma Super, my own brother. Governor Seyi Makinde, last week I sent a message, but I'm yet to get a response. So I've interviewed Mr. Batureraji Fashola already. I would love to interview the First Lady, Mrs. Aisha Buhari, but if it can be arranged, I don't know. I've interviewed Dr. Peter Obi. Yeah, I said it already that if Governor Wike agrees this very week, why not? I will interview him. So if anyone very close to Governor Wike can hear me, I'll be very delighted to interview him, especially in view of all the comments about killings in rivers. Bobrisky, I've interviewed Bobrisky, I've interviewed Tonto Dike. Wow. Sorry. Omilabu Mutiu, how are you? President Goodluck Jonathan, I would love to interview. I'm not sure if he's ready now, but I would love to interview him. I chatted with him last month. Great man, great man, great man. Okay. Adebayo Ogunlesi. Okay. Pastor Enoch Adejare Adeboye. Oh, yesterday I still Professor Patutomi was on our conference yesterday. Extremely brilliant scholar. Mrs. Aisha Buhari. Oh, Timaya. Yes, I will speak to Timaya. I love his music. He's been my friend of many years. Yes, Professor Zulu. I don't have his contact, but I am seeing what he's been doing and I respect him. I love what he's doing. I wish all the other governors, because his state is supposed to be one of the most volatile, and yet it's getting by. Why am I not talking about Buhari? What is there to talk about Buhari? Almost every week I talk about Buhari, I write about Buhari. So maybe you are not online or you have not been reading. Genevieve Nanji, okay? I'll try. You know, sometimes superstars are difficult to get, so I said I've tried Engineer Seyi Makinde, so if any of his aides can hear me, I'm trying to get him to speak to me. I will send him a message again tomorrow. Shekau, definitely, if he agrees to speak to me, I will interview him. Why not? It's interesting. Our photographer in London, Dragan Miki, had actually suggested Shekau about 2 months ago, and I thought he was out of his mind. And he said, why not? That's the best interview you will ever get, you know, if you gain access to him. I won't mind to interview him. Because he's the only man I know that they claim they have killed maybe 8 or more times, and he's always coming back alive. So I want to know if it is resurrection or what. Sophia in London, Sophia in Ghana.
Earlier this week, we introduced you to Raquel Rodriguez and her illegal election law activities in San Antonio, Texas. Well, there is more. Listen carefully as she tells our undercover journalist the cost of buying votes.
I've got 3 Democrats, 3 committed suicide. And he committed suicide on my veranda, and my 2 small children are the ones who found him. And they kept telling me, Mami, come and see, kuna game mbaya chichi anacheza. Wow. And it was a Sunday evening and we had just had supper. And I thought that it was just one of his antics because he was a difficult boy. He became very difficult after he failed his Form 4 exams. And so finally, when they kept going and coming, and I was in my room. When I went outside, I found my son hanging on my veranda. And the most wicked sight in my life is to see his tongue hanging almost up till here. Because he had...
I am Carol Angela Davis. I've got your news today. Okay, folks, the Trump administration, as you know, has issued an order to stop offering a path to residency to nationals from Eritrea, Kyrgyzstan, Nigeria, Sudan, Myanmar, and Tanzania. That's right, folks. Trump arguing that immigrants, folks, should only be allowed into the United States on the basis of merit, folks, and not through any lottery system, or certainly not through any chain migration system, which, of course, is how Melania's parents got their citizenship a couple years ago. But we're borrowing the Nigerians. Let's talk a little bit about the Nigerian. Who is this Nigerian that has no merit? Let's talk about them. Well, first of all, you should know Nigeria is the most populous country in Africa with 190.8 million people as of 2018. You should also know it is the African country of origin with the most migrants here in the United States. There's a method to that madness, okay? The 2016 American Community Survey, well, it estimates that 380,785 U.S. residents report Nigerian ancestry. But get this, and this is where it gets deep. Please stay with me. According to the United States Census Bureau, 4% of Nigerians hold a PhD. That, folks, is compared to 1% of the general U.S. population. They're way ahead. Also, 17% of Nigerians hold a master's degree and 37% have bachelor's degrees. These are people who are supposedly have no merit. According to data provided by Rice University in Texas, Nigerian Americans, folks, they are the most educated ethnic group in the United States.
The most educated
Sounds like merit to me.
group.
According to the Migrations Policy Institute, 29% of Nigerian Americans have graduate degrees. That is compared to 11% for the overall American population, ahead. And a minimum of 4% of Nigerian Americans are also PhD holders, folks. That is at least 3 times higher than any other ethnic group in the United States of America. More than 70% of black doctors in the United States are now of Nigerian descent. That brings me to our slay word, macabre, for tending to produce horror in a beholder, folks. If you don't get a sense of macabre from hearing how we are barring Nigerians, obviously, clearly because they are superior performers, then there's something wrong with you. You need to get out there and doggone it, you better vote. Vote en masse. People, stop getting played. Vote. I'm Carol Angela Davis. We thank our Nigerian brothers and sisters for bringing all that talent right here to the United States of America. We need you. We love you. We're glad you're here.
Suffice it to say that we stand in one of the most momentous periods of human history. And in these days of emotional tension, when the problems of the world are gigantic in extent and chaotic in detail, all men of goodwill must make the right decisions. And on Tuesday, 1 week from today, the people of this nation must decide
on Tuesday
whether they want America to remain true to the great words of the founding fathers. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, that they are endowed by their Creator with certain inalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. We must decide whether those words will be firmly etched into the structure of our nation, or whether we will allow our nation to be relegated to a second-rate power in the world with no moral voice. We must decide next Tuesday whether America will take the high road of justice and peace, compassion for the poor and underprivileged, or whether this nation will tread the low road of man's inhumanity to man, of injustice, of short-sightedness. Each of us has a moral responsibility, if we are of voting age and if we are registered, to participate in that decision. I come here to urge every person under the sound of my voice to go to the polls on the 3rd of November and vote your convictions. Now, I know you're intelligent people, and I don't need to tell you who you should vote for. I don't have any fear about that. You know who to vote for. I'm just asking you to vote. Now, just if you need, very seriously, never before in the history of our nation, as a candidate for the presidency, taken such a negative stand on the demands of our Judeo-Christian heritage for justice, and understanding, goodwill, and compassion for the poor, and peace. And so all men of goodwill will go to the polls on November the 3rd.
MLK.
And I hope we will have a great day in our nation, so that when we wake up on the 4th of November, we will know that America has made the right decision.
Martin Luther King Jr.
If Donald Trump cares to banner my party, I think it taints conservatism for generations to come. I think his campaign is opportunistic, race-baiting, religious bigotry, xenophobia. Other than that, he'd be a good nominee.
If you say Donald Trump is not a Republican, why does it seem like the Republican base fits him like a glove? What's going on? Do the voters not know that this, or have
Hey, Trump is the hope of the blacks.
that maybe this is a party that's
Sometimes I think they use juju on some people.
all of those things you listed, is that possible?
It's possible that some do, absolutely.
There are some people in the party who do not have the
you a
correct
citizen?
views. Am I a citizen?
Yeah.
No, I'm not.
It's a Nigerian platform.
Why, have a green card?
I do not.
I've interviewed everybody who is available to be interviewed.
Is that you?
I don't discriminate. I distribute palliatives to every part of Nigeria. I don't discriminate. So what makes it look like it is not a Nigerian platform? Please, if you can educate me.
It's like being shot or poisoned. What does it really matter?
I don't understand.
Go and check my post. Even yesterday, I still posted Nancy El-Rufai on this same
Donald is like being
page.
shot in the head.
So
You might find an antidote.
I talk to those who are available.
Maybe there's time.
I don't
There
understand.
is nobody I won't interview on this page. Trust
I
me.
think my party is completely screwed up.
But then why would you nominate anyone then?
But when we complain about Nigeria, it doesn't mean that it's not a Nigerian platform.
I think it taints conservatism.
Anybody who is happy with what is going on, that's. But I'm not.
Hello?
What has Obama done for you? What has he not done for you?
It is.
Hey, Alyssa, this is Barack Obama. I used to be the president, you remember?
Yes.
So, I am doing phone banking for Joe Biden, and you're one of the people I'm calling.
Oh my God.
How are you doing?
I'm having a panic.
Uh-oh. All I want to do is to remind you that Election Day is Tuesday,
Venezuela.
and this is going to be a really close election, and I'd love for you to vote for Joe Biden and Kamala, and if you don't know your polling location, I can give it to you and give you any information that you need.
I will be there, and I am so excited to vote for them. I can't wait.
Well, that's great, and make sure, are you reaching out to family and friends and all that?
Absolutely.
Okay, you tell them Barack specifically asked them to please vote.
Oh, I will tell everybody that you told me to tell them.
Who's that in the background there?
This is Jackson. He's 8 months old.
8 months old. So you've got a new guy in the house.
I have a new guy. Yes, I do.
Well, he sounds like he is either hungry, needs his diaper changed, or just doesn't like mom giving attention to somebody else.
He's like, when I go into phone calls and meetings, he immediately starts talking.
I'm a Democrat.
Well, that may be it. You know, if you want to put him on the phone,
my
I'm
support
happy to
is
talk to him.
meaningless in America because I don't have.
Hey, Jax, what's going on, man?
You say hi, Jackson?
Hi. Do what your mom says. I would chat for you for quite some time, but when you have 8 months old, you can't be on the phone too long.
Well, thank you. Thank you so much for calling.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Oṣù November ló dé yìí kò ní bákúdé fún ọ. Oṣù kọkànlá la wọ̀ yìí làálàá ò ní dẹ́mi rẹ̀ légbodò. Àní lóṣù yìí ò ní fọlá ṣàlálá lásán. Ó ti inú ọlà bọ́ sínú ọlá ńlá ni. Mo kí ọ káàbọ̀ sínú oṣù tuntun sẹ́. Àní lóṣù yìí àní rógun tàjẹ̀ sílẹ̀. N ò ní fẹ́jẹ̀ rẹ wẹ̀lú. Àní n ò ní fẹ́jẹ̀ ọmọ rẹ fọ̀lú mọ́. Nínú oṣù yìí tẹbí tará tojúlùmọ̀ rẹ n ò ní fẹ́jẹ̀ wọn túlù ṣe. Nínú ẹbí yín ẹ̀ ní rógun ọ̀fọ̀. Ẹ̀ ní rógun kàwọ́lérí fẹsẹ̀ janlẹ̀. Ó kóṣù kan tọ́dún yóò fi parí o ò ní ráyé mọ́ kọ́dún tó parí. Ayọ̀rí ò ní dínkù lọ́nà kọ́nà. Búburú kan kì yóò ṣubú lù ọ́ tẹ́bítẹ́bí. Máa gbọ́ ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ ló wà ní ayé tí wọ́n wà bí aláìsí. Ọ̀pọ̀ ló wà láyé tí wọn ò sí láàyè wọn. Ọ̀pọ̀ ló sì wà láàyè wọn tí nira ò jẹ́ wọn rójú ṣayé. Nínú ayé agbára ayé ẹni Elédùà bá fọ̀nà àbáyọ hàn nìkan ló bọ́ ò ní wà láyé bí aláìsí. Ẹnikẹ́ni ò ní lé ọkọ òǹdí ẹrù rẹ. Ò ní fìnira lògbà lé ayé. Orí ọ̀fẹ́ Elédùà ó fọ̀nà àbáyọ hàn. Orí wa lẹ́jà fi ń labú orí rẹ̀ ò ní gbàbọ̀dé nínú ìrìn àjò rẹ lóṣù yìí. Ò ní kú sọ́nà bí èéfín. Àrígiṣẹ́gi tó bá dẹrù àìmọ̀dé ń dìkudì sínú ayé rẹ kó forí ara rẹ̀ gbé dànù. Lẹ́yìn bá forí sọgi ẹ̀yìn afọ́ ẹni tó bá dojú ìjà kọ́ ní ìjàmbá ó ṣe. Nínú oṣù yìí ikú ò ní gbojúgbà rẹ dépò pé yóò pòwe kówe fún ọ. Ọdún 2020 ti ń parí lọ wẹ́rẹ́wẹ́rẹ́ ṣùgbọ́n tá a bá bojú wẹ̀yìn sínú ọdún ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀ tó ṣẹlẹ̀ ò ló ń ka. Ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ ló kú ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ ló ṣègbé ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ ló sọ dúkìá àti nǹkan ní wọn nù àti fojú winá àti bára wa kẹ́dùn kódà àti gbà fọ́lọ́ níbi tó tọ́. Tá a bá wá rẹ́nikẹ́ni tá a bí nínú obìnrin tá a bá fábẹ́ gbàgbé rẹ̀ tó sọ wípé ládùúrú tá a ti là kọjá nínú ọdún 2020 yìí àtúní fayọ̀ lájá kó rí fún wọn gẹ́gẹ́ bí èrò ọkàn wọn fún wọn. N ò ní ṣọdún yìí lẹ́yìn wa àlápèjú ṣọdún tẹbítẹbí. Oṣù November ò ní gẹ́mi wa kúrú. Àwa gbàdúrà lónìí Ọlọ́run Elédùmarè orílẹ̀-èdè Nàìjíríà fẹ́ ọwọ́ àtúnṣe ti yín gangan àfi ogun tàjẹ̀ sílẹ̀ mọ́ ìtọ́sọ́nà ti yín látòde ọ̀run wá la nílò Ọlọ́run ọ̀run ààbò yín tó nípọn ẹ̀dá gbogbo orílẹ̀-èdè Nàìjíríà ẹ tọ́ wa sọ́nà kẹ́ kọ́ wa mọ̀ ń ṣe ẹ la ọ̀nà ọ̀tun kò wá ẹ ro gbogbo ẹ̀jẹ̀ aláìṣẹ̀ tí wọ́n ti ta sílẹ̀ kẹ́ mórílẹ̀-èdè Nàìjíríà padà bọ̀ sípò kí ògo kí ó jẹ́ ti yín kí ìbùkún kí ó jẹ́ ti wa àní kálúngúlúngú ṣọdún àní fìbànújẹ́ ṣọdún oṣù ayọ̀ oṣù November ló dé yìí ò kò ní bákúdé fún ọ. Oṣù kọkànlá la wọ̀ yìí làálàá ò ní dẹ́mi rẹ̀ légbodò. Àní lóṣù yìí ò ní fọlá ṣàlálá lásán. Ó ti inú ọlà bọ́ sínú ọlá ńlá ni. Mo kí ọ káàbọ̀ sínú oṣù tuntun sẹ́. Àní lóṣù yìí àní rógun tàjẹ̀ sílẹ̀. N ò ní fẹ́jẹ̀ rẹ wẹ̀lú. Àní n ò ní fẹ́jẹ̀ ọmọ rẹ fọ̀lú mọ́. Nínú oṣù yìí tẹbí tará tojúlùmọ̀ rẹ n ò ní fẹ́jẹ̀ wọn túlù ṣe. Nínú ẹbí yín ẹ̀ ní rógun ọ̀fọ̀. Ẹ̀ ní rógun kàwọ́lérí fẹsẹ̀ janlẹ̀. Ó kóṣù kan tọ́dún yóò fi parí o ò ní ráyé mọ́ kọ́dún tó parí. Ayọ̀rí ò ní dínkù lọ́nà kọ́nà. Búburú kan kì yóò ṣubú lù ọ́ tẹ́bítẹ́bí. Máa gbọ́ ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ ló wà ní ayé tí wọ́n wà bí aláìsí. Ọ̀pọ̀ ló wà láyé tí wọn ò sí láàyè wọn. Ọ̀pọ̀ ló sì wà láàyè wọn tí nira ò jẹ́ wọn rójú ṣayé. Nínú ayé agbára ayé ẹni Elédùà bá fọ̀nà àbáyọ hàn nìkan ló bọ́ ò ní wà láyé bí aláìsí. Ẹnikẹ́ni ò ní lé ọkọ òǹdí ẹrù rẹ̀. Ò ní fìnira lògbà lé ayé. Orí ọ̀fẹ́ Elédùà ó fọ̀nà àbáyọ hàn. Orí wa lẹ́jà fi ń labú orí rẹ̀ ò ní gbàbọ̀dé nínú ìrìn àjò rẹ lóṣù yìí. Ò ní kú sọ́nà bí èéfín. Àrígiṣẹ́gi tó bá dẹrù àìmọ̀dé ń dìkudì sínú ayé rẹ̀ kó forí ara rẹ̀ gbé dànù. Lẹ́yìn bá forí sọgi ẹ̀yìn afọ́ ẹni tó bá dojú ìjà kọ́ ní ìjàmbá ó ṣe. Nínú oṣù yìí ikú ò ní gbojúgbà rẹ dépò pé yóò pòwe kówe fún ọ. Ọdún 2020 ti ń parí lọ wẹ́rẹ́wẹ́rẹ́ ṣùgbọ́n tá a bá bojú wẹ̀yìn sínú ọdún ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀ tó ṣẹlẹ̀ ò ló ń ka ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ ló kú ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ ló.
Buhari is dead and buried in a shallow grave in
I would like to know if you've been evicted too. Give us examples.
Do I believe that it's dangerous?
Yes.
It's lethal. People don't understand what it's like to have things attributed to you, which you know absolutely nothing about. Let's get into nitty-gritties. Give you an example. Apart from the fact that I've been killed off so many times, I read my obituaries. This last year, I already had telephone calls asking me, where are you? I said, I'm in hell. Come and join me. Come and join me here. I said, I know why you're calling, because you heard I was dead. Not so. I laughed, Sakake. Now, but that one, you deal with that. I enjoy that, actually, reading about my obituary. But now, imagine waking up one day and finding a statement attributed to you in a kind of language which you would never use. Example, during the last presidency, a statement attributed to me saying that I said that it served President Jonathan right for marrying an illiterate woman. Never made any comment whatsoever about that lady. And suddenly, there it is staring him in the face. And there are other times, a card has even been created. And from time to time, that card comes out on the internet. It's sent to me. I don't do internet. Sent to me, and it says, Wale Soyinka, Professor Wale Soyinka, says, anybody who votes for this, for this person, 1, must be stupid, 2, must be mentally retarded, 3, his mother must be a goat, 4, his father must be a gorilla.
And you don't write like that?
Under Wale Soyinka's name. And this goes on all the time. So I don't want to understate the numerous motivations which go into this. Although basically, I think a commonality is that those who create fake news are sick in the head. And they're also cowards because they lack the conviction of their own beliefs, and so they transfer to other people, what they really are thinking, and they do it ab initio.
Well, clearly they have the desire to cause some kind of harm.
Yes, that's why it's dangerous. It's extremely dangerous.
Yes.
I made a statement once that if we're not careful, World War III will be started by fake news. And that fake news probably will be generated by a Nigerian. Hell, come and join me. Come and join me here. I said, I know why you're calling, because you heard I was dead. Not so. I laughed, Sakake. Now, but that one, you deal with that. I enjoy that, actually, reading about my obituary. But now, imagine waking up one day and finding a statement attributed to you in a kind of language which you would never use. Example, during the last presidency, a statement attributed to me saying that I said that.
You speak about leaders in Africa. Do you think that SADC is playing the role that it's supposed to play?
There's no such a thing. SADC, there's no such a thing. AU, there's no such a thing. It's a group of all people who protect each other. They don't protect the interests of their people. It's a club. It's a gentleman club. They don't care. They don't call each other out. So they are unable to say, you are wrong here, you are wrong there, and therefore this is how we need to fix it. And the way forward is that the youth must take politics serious. The youth must participate in politics. The youth must lead, because most young people have left politics into the hands of old people who have nothing to do with us. AU has got a plan called 2063. And those people won't be there in 2063. That's why they can say 2063. They won't take responsibility. So we, the youth, who must stop suffering from political apathy and take the future into our own hands. That's how these structures are going to function, because we know that if we fail, if we say 2063 now, and we fail, we'll be held accountable in 2063 because we'll still be there. But our leaders won't be there at that time. Young people must start reawakening themselves and take politics serious. When it comes to voting, they don't vote. When it comes to political participation, they don't participate. They have given themselves into other things other than what matters which is politics. If you go into America, if you go into developed countries, they take voting very serious. Here, we have to beg people with material to go and vote. If you don't go to a cook, if you don't give them T-shirts, they will never go. I mean, what type of an attitude is that when you know that this is what is going to decide whether I'm going to have a clinic or not, whether I'm going to have a school or not? That affects your daily life, but you treat it as a by the.
You speak about leaders in Africa. Do you think that SADC is playing in the role that it's supposed to play?
There's no such a thing. SADC, there's no such a thing. AU, there's no such a thing. It's a group of all people who protect each other. They don't protect the interest of their people. It's a club. It's a gentleman club. They don't care. They don't call each other out.
On this note,
they are unable
I
to
think
say,
I have to go and sleep.
You are wrong there. And
So tomorrow is another day by the grace of Almighty God.
The way forward is that
God bless you all for joining me from every part of the world.
the youth must participate in politics.
It's always a pleasure
Because most young
being
people
with you.
have left politics.
I love
in the
you all.
hands of
I
old
love
people
you.
who have nothing to do with us. AU
Thank
has
you.
got
Good night.
a plan called 2063.
Good night, Facebook. You've been wonderful.